Hey guys, it's Rex bringing you another Destiny video, and in today's video we're going to be covering the reprised Dreaming City weapons and how to get them. I'm going to be going over each individual legendary weapon, their stats, their perks, and what I think of them overall. So to start things off, we're going with the Vouchsafe Legendary Energy Scout Rifle. This scout rifle does void damage. It is a lightweight frame with an impact of 60, range of 40, stability of 39, handling of 67, reload speed of 60, rounds per minute of 200, and a magazine of 16. For perks, it has all your standard barrel and magazine perks. But for the first random perk column, we have Rapid Hit, Outlaw, 4 times the charm, Killing Wind, Surplus, Under Pressure. For the second, we have Explosive Payload, Dragonfly, Multi-Kill Clip, Eye of the Storm, Wellspring, and Vorpal Weapon. So currently scout rifles are not in the meta, and they're pretty underpowered overall, but for higher tier activities that you need to keep a very far distance away from your enemies, scout rifles do have a place, and also in encounters like for raids that have a lot of enemies far away, like take for example the Vault of Glass during the Templar fight. There'll be a bunch of hobgoblins on stone pillars and also floating platforms around the encounter that will be sniping you. It might be smart to bring a scout rifle into that encounter. Stuff like that. So what I would usually do is just, if you get a good roll, probably just keep it too, because scout rifles could get buffed in the future. We never know. Bungie sometimes flips a switch on a gun and it becomes great overnight. But for a god roll that I personally would go for, I would go for small bore to get a boost that range and stability, Accurized to get a little bit more of a boost to range, Rapid Hit to increase stability and reload speed, and also Multi-Kill Clip to get a little bit of boost damage. Okay, for our next weapon we have the Retold Tale Legendary Energy Shotgun. This shotgun does void damage. It is also a precision frame. It has an impact of 70, range of 68, stability of 50, handling of 41, reload speed of 47, RPM of 65, and a magazine of 6. For perks, we have our normal shotgun barrel perks and magazine perks. For the first random perk tree, we have Quick Draw, Lead from Gold, Surplus, Slide Shot, Field Prep, Dual Loader, and for the second, we have Demolitionist, 1-2 Punch, Vorpal Weapon, Snapshot Sights, Killing Wind, and Surrounded. So with the Fellwinter's Lie eventually being nerfed, this will probably be one of the best shotguns to go after before or after that happens. I personally have been trying to grind out a good roll for this gun for when that happens, but I haven't had any drop yet that had the perks that I personally wanted for it. And like with the Vouchsafe, where I only covered the PvE perks because I only saw viability in PvE with that weapon, I only really see viability in PvP with the Retold Tale. There are way better shotguns currently out there for PvE content like slug shotguns. But for a PvP god roll, I will personally go with either full choke or rifled barrel for the first column, then accurized rounds for a boost of range, then quick draw, and then snapshot sights. But yeah, I would definitely try to go for this weapon right now and try to get a god roll before Fellwinter's gets eventually nerfed. And we know how Bungie likes to go all in with their nerfs and completely crash a weapon into the ground. So I would definitely go out and try to get this weapon. So our next weapon is the Sleepless Legendary Power Rocket Launcher. This is a arc rocket launcher that is a high impact frame, has a stability of 62, handling of 69, reload speed of 40, velocity 46, blast radius of 95, RPM of 15, and a magazine of 1. So this rocket launcher has your normal barrel perks and magazine perks. For the first perk column, we have Field Prep, Auto-Loading Holster, Tracking Module, Quick Draw, Underdog, and Surplus. And in the second, we have Chain Reaction, Demolitionist, Wellspring, Vorpal, Rangefinder, and Unrelenting. So this is a pretty decent rocket launcher if you don't already have like a Code Duello or the new Vanguard exclusive rocket launcher. I heard that one is actually pretty good at the moment. But for this rocket right here, it does deal arc damage, so if you're ever dealing with a lot of like arc shielded enemies like the Fallen, or if it's an arc singe, it's always nice to have an extra arc rocket launcher on you. So for PvE perks, I personally would go with linear compensator or smart drift control. Next, I would go for impact casing, and this is a very important perk because it lets you deal more damage and gives you a plus 10 stability. Then next, I would go for auto-loading holster so you can stow it away and have it immediately reloaded. And then next, I would go with Vorpal Weapon so you can get more damage to yellow bar enemies like majors and bosses. And this does have a little bit of viability in PvP if you don't have a rocket launcher already oriented to that. I personally would probably go with hard launch to get a boost of velocity, stick with impact casing, then I would go tracking module, and then chain reaction. Okay, last but certainly not least is the Waking Vigil Legendary Energy Hand Cannon. This is a void hand cannon that is a adapted frame. It has an impact of 84, range of 38, stability of 44, handling of 67, reload speed of 60, RPM of 140, and a magazine of 12. So overall, this hand cannon is stacked for perks. There are so many that you can choose from. It's really nice. But I would mostly look for a PvP role for this hand cannon, even though 120s are currently in the meta and controlling most of the PvP environment at the moment. 140s are still a viable option to use. So in the first column, we have the sights and the magazine perks. But in the first column, we have Rapid Hit, Outlaw, Surplus, Killing Wind, Slide Shot, and Rangefinder. And in the next, we have Opening Shot, Kill Clip, Dragonfly, Vorpal, Snapshot, and Disruption Break. So for a PvP role, I would either go with Sure Shot or True Sight with Ricochet rounds, either Rapid Hit or Rangefinder, and Kill Clip or Snapshot. And you could use this gun in PvE too. Having the Void does help break Void shields, and also if there's a Void Singe. And it can also be used to disrupt champions, all that sort of stuff. So a good PvE role I personally would look for is I would go with Sure Shot. Then I would go for a magazine perk like Flared Magwell, Alloy, or Appended Mag just to get either faster reload speed or a higher magazine, because usually hand cannons have such a low magazine it kind of hinders them in PvE activities. Then I would go for either Outlaw or Surplus. And the next perk, I would go for Kill Clip or Dragonfly. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And remember, those roles were only my views personally. If you have any differing views on God roles that you would like to share, post them in the comment section so maybe I can keep an eye out for them myself. So next thing we want to do is show how we can get these weapons efficiently. So first thing you want to do is visit Petrovenge, wherever she's at in the Dreaming City. And what you want to do first is pick up all the quests and bounties that she has available to offer. One of the quests that you'll have to do will require you to do 8 bounties from her inventory, and that will take you around 2 days to complete if you get all of them done. And this will give you a piece of legendary gear that will include either the armor set or weapons we just talked about. With all the bounties collected, you can then move on to the Blindwell public event activity. One of the quests requires you to complete Blindwells to receive a offering to the queen, and the fastest way to get this done is to do 2 heroic tier 3 Blindwell activities, and then when you get that done and completed, you can move on and go to the Spire of Caries to the Oracle and offer it to the queen to receive your reward of 1 drop of legendary gear. The next activity you can do is the weekly story quest from the Dreaming City. After completing this, it will reward you 1 drop of legendary gear that can include one of the weapons or legendary armor sets. The next activity you can do is the Ascendant Challenge. You actually have a quest for this as well that will give you a drop once completed, and there's also a chest at the very end that you can open up to get a total of 2 drops from this activity. Lastly, There is the Shattered Throne dungeon, which could actually give you a total of 5 drops during this entire dungeon. So the first drop is going to be after the maze, and then after killing the ogre, then after killing the wizard with all the knights at the very end. But there is also 2 chests within this raid that can give you reissued Dreaming City armor and weapons, and I will show you them right now. This first chest is right in the room of the first thrallway. You just have to jump down onto that ledge and you will see the first chest. For the second chest, it is right after the ogre counter. As you walk by the statue, it is down on the very far platform on the other side, but you will need a tincture of queen's foil to access this chest because you will need to reveal secret platforms that you will need to jump upon. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.